Hello, everybody. It's Holly from Besotted Orchids. We are looking at a table full of absolutely beautiful, or soon to be beautiful, dendrobium orchids. We have one Kingianum, three Latoria types, and the rest are all denphals. So let's get started. We're going to start right down here with Little Norman, who seems to be a crowd favorite. A lot of people have this orchid, and because it's a beautiful little orchid, and it's small. It is a little orchid. Very, very pretty. You will see the Roy Tukunaga types all have a very, very similar pattern. They're so similar. So right there, Little Norman, three beautiful bloom spikes, and I think I see two more on the way. There's one there and one in the back. I hope the phone is not shaking. I apologize if it is. I'm filming on my phone, and I am using a handheld device, so I don't have the noise of accidentally touching around the volume area. So anyhow, we have that. Let's just come right back here to this showstopper. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beautiful spikes on this. Let me reach over here. I'm going to show you this. How lovely is that? Just love the speckles. And I believe it has a few more spikes forming. It's just going to town this year. And you can see the shiny new green growth on it. It's really a pretty plant. We're going to pop over here and I'm going to show you the other Latoria type I have, the Roy Tukunaga. Very, very similar. I'm telling you, they're all very similar. This one is a little plainer. Not so many of the, excuse me, I'm not thinking today. I am under the influence of a terrible, terrible sinus cold. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a little more elegant, not as busy as this one here. Every leaf, petal, and sepal over there, the petals and sepals are spotted. Here they are not. So I think we've covered all three of the Latoria. Let me see if this is the newer growth, and I do believe I'm seeing a little spike nubbin forming there. And with these orchids, I do want to talk all of the dendrobiums except the black hair and the Kingianum, all the denphals and Latorias. If you leave the spike, leave the whole cane. Don't cut that cane off when it's done blooming. Because as you can see here, there had been a previous spike and there is a new one forming. They will form often in the exact same location right next to the other one. Or, like this example here, they will form down below. Don't remove the canes. These are called canes. Dendrobiums do not have pseudobulbs. You want to keep the cane on there. As long as it's not totally desiccated and dried up, keep it on the plant. It does serve as a storage for beautiful nutrients coming into that plant. Look at that. And come on, if you follow my channel, you know there's no tag on here. I am going to have to get better at these tags. I'm trying to think what this one is over here. This one is the Barana stripe times tong something. I can't read that. Lots of the tags, when you do have them, still are not the best for reading. There is a spike forming down in there, and that's what it will look like. Just a little nubbin. Something just starting to grow there. Beautiful. Over here is a taller one. I do not know the name on this. I think it could be something Regina. I believe it's a very dark purple, a little darker than the one you see back behind it. Very pretty. And I think it could have a few little buds. Nothing that's screaming out at me. Down there, that could be a little bud forming. So we shall see. But it is absolutely, as you can tell, dendrobium season here in Ohio. Back here, this very tall plant I did purchase from Kingwood Gardens. It was a bit of an impulse buy. It probably will be sold at an upcoming orchid talk. It's just a little taller than I would like here in the home, but it's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with this plant. It's just a little too tall for what I want here in the home. We will come over here and I will show you this other one that I did purchase also from Kingwood Gardens. Oh, it's so elegant. Sometimes we need a white orchid in the mix or a very pale colored orchid to have a place for the eye to stop. As a quilter, we're taught that you need something in your quilt to stop the eye and let it rest for a second before it moves on to other colors. And being that I do put so many orchids together over on my table over here, I really do like to have a spot for the eye to rest. And look here, lots of water spotting. I have yet to clean this orchid off. Shame on me. I have to clean the leaves off. Now, a good thing about this one, it does have a new growth forming. Very healthy canes. Look at that. Wow. Very, very nice. Did we cover this one? I'm not certain, but there it is. It has another new growth. They're just going to town. Everything is just doing so well. This is the Kingianum. This is a native to Australia. Anything that you see on this plant that is more of a purple cast, there's 3. They are keikis. It started forming keikis a few weeks ago. I'm going to see if I can show you a root on the keiki. You see the root back there? And I have a keiki, excuse me, further along. Where is it? I'm sorry, excuse me. There are roots on here. I don't want to keep rooting around. I've just ended up wobbling around the entire camera, and it's not a good look. Do you see the roots? There are roots down in there. So when these roots become a little larger, I will remove the keikis. There are 3 or 4, and I will repot them, and I won't leave them in individual pots. I will probably put them all in the same pot to move along to a bigger size plant a little quicker. But here we go. Did I show you these? These are smaller, newer ones I have purchased. No new growth on this yet. The growth will start way down there at the bottom. This leaf is a little tight. I'm not too terribly happy about that. It's a little tight, maybe not enough water. But once again, there we have 2 spikes that came out of the same spot. So don't remove the canes when they're done blooming. Let's get down in here. There is a spike. Well, I did show you that one. There's a lot of orchids on here. And like I said, I didn't bring the Noblies out. I didn't bring the black hair out. There's something else in there I didn't bring out. I can't think of it right now. But yes, I did try to bring a lot of them out for you. I'm kind of been a little slow on uploading videos lately because I do have a pollinator, 7 or 8 pollinator classes I have to prepare for. So I've kind of been just busy on my computer watching TED Talks and looking up all the information I need to look up on pollinators so I can have a really good class for people. Because as you know, if you're in the orchid world, if you're anywhere in the flower world, we need our bees. Do you like honey? Do you like coffee? We need our bees. We need the butterflies. We need the bees. The United States of America, I believe, has over 4,000 native bees. We're not talking the beautiful honeybee that everybody thinks is the only pollinator out there. There are so many others. There are so many bees out there. And really what we need to do is plant a few more flowers, and we need to plant host plants, and we also need to stop using, we have to stop using all these weed killers. I'm just going to say it. We have to stop. There are natural killers you can make for weeds in your yard. Vinegar, Dawn dish soap, and salt. Very effective on a sunny day. We don't have to use these noxious ones that are harming the environment. There's my rant. I've been quite on a rant. And I'm not just speaking off the top without doing anything on my own. I have converted at least 1.5 acres down front to a meadow. That meadow is there for the pollinators. If you don't have that much land, a flower pot. Honestly, a flower pot with some beautiful nectar rich plants can make a world of difference to a butterfly or a bee. Everybody can do a little something. Even if you have a balcony, put a flower pot out there. So there we go. My latest ADHD rant is pollinators. People are sick of hearing me talk about orchids. They're going to be sick of hearing me talk about pollinators. I do go off on my rants. But there we go. That's a very good rant to go off on. Save the bees and save the butterflies. So I hope you are all having a wonderful day. I hope you're enjoying your orchids. I hope you have some beautiful blooms. Please like, share, subscribe, and above all, enjoy those orchids.